Hello everybody, and thank you for joining this recorded webinar. My name is Jonathan Reinhardt and I'm going to present the benefits of moving from AutoCAD to an AEC collection for architects. So what are the benefits of an AEC collection for your business? It allows you to win new work, deliver higher quality designs by meeting new client demands, for example for 3D and BIM deliverables, and effectively communicating your design intent to earn the clients or the project stakeholders buy-in. You will also be able to deliver higher quality designs by improving your building performance by energy analysis tools using the AEC collection and using various visualization and VR to experience your designs before they're actually built and to be able to present those to the clients. You'll also be able to work more efficiently by reducing errors and change orders and improving collaboration with engineers and contractors. And finally, you'll be able to expand your billable services or chargeable services to clients by extending service beyond design and into building operations with model maintenance and BIM management and BIM coordination as well, and recasting your advisory relationship with clients to deliver long-term value. So the AEC collection is a collection of products or a collection of different softwares that include Revit, Civil 3D, AutoCAD, InfraWorks, Navisworks Manage, Recap Pro, Advanced Steel, Insight Analysis, Format Pro, 3D Studio Max, Robot Structural Analysis, Dynamo Studio, Autodesk Rendering, Vehicle Tracking, Fabrication CAD MEP, Structural Bridge Design, and access to Autodesk Drive. Now you might say, as an architect, you don't need to access all of these products, but in fact when you look at the monetary value, if you're looking at buying multiple products, the AEC collection can in most cases work out at better value. So there are a number of workflows within this AEC collection for architects and for various designers, such as Revit being your primary 3D or BIM authoring tool, but there are also integrated workflows that an architect can use by using InfraWorks, for example, to capture site context, being able to perform clash detection with your consultant's models, such as using Navisworks Manage, or even using Recap Pro to capture cloud data or process cloud point scans as well. Format Pro allows you to model up early stage conceptual design and even perform shadow and energy analysis on those as well. And there are lots of other workflows, and AutoCAD being your primary tool currently, whether you're working in 2D or moving to 3D, there are lots of workflows to be able to use AutoCAD alongside Revit while you're making that transition or while you're working on the project using various different tools. So AutoCAD always has its place, even if you are transitioning to a Revit workflow or to a BIM or a 3D workflow as well. So just to define BIM more efficiently allows you to plan, design, construct and manage buildings and infrastructure. And the shift to digital processes begins with BIM. So building information modeling is an intelligent 3D model-based process that equips architects, engineers and construction professionals with the insight and the tools to more efficiently plan, design, construct and manage buildings and infrastructure. So with BIM, you can improve project understanding and decision making, share and use the same consistent data across the project lifecycle from your desk or in the field, and respond quickly to change with processes that are smarter and faster. So a little bit about myself. My name is Jonathan Reinhardt. I'm a technical consultant and I specialise in BIM training and technical support. I've about 15 years experience in the architectural industry, and I've also studied a master's degree in BIM management and a degree in architectural technology, and I have worked as an architectural technologist, both designing buildings and managing BIM as a BIM manager as well. Just an example of some projects I've worked on where I've seen BIM fit in to any sort of project style or project type, such as this 600 student bed residence I worked on Dublin City Centre. I worked as BIM manager and BIM modeler on this particular project. BIM can also be used for housing schemes. It's not only for large multi-unit residential or mixed-use commercial. It can also be used on housing schemes, especially where you've got replicated housing type. It's extremely powerful in order to produce your drawings and even to produce your 3D visuals, as you can see here on the right hand side. BIM has its place in every size of project, including home extensions, one-off houses, and any type of project that has any sort of 3D modeling required in it. So if you're going to produce 2D drawings and a 3D model, you can use a BIM process by using something such as Revit or integrated with other workflows within the AEC collection in order to produce your drawings and your 3D model in quite an efficient way, regardless of your project size. So a way I like to term using BIM and using CAD. So CAD is okay, how do we actually draw this? How do we graphically represent this building on a sheet of paper or on a PDF? But BIM actually forces you to think about how you're going to build the building. So the actual buildability of it and how the construction of that is going to occur as well. And while you don't need to worry about how it's going to be built necessarily at the design stage, it does force you to think in almost a 3D mindset constantly, purely because you're modeling in a 3D environment rather than just a 2D environment. And this can lead to benefits, for example, when you're on site and realizing issues such as clashes between different models or between tricky junctions in a building that you would only get from modeling it in a BIM or a 3D environment. So to break BIM down, it's essentially a database of spaces or of buildings or of building elements. So within a building or within your own home or within your office, for example, you're going to have different spaces such as kitchen, dining, living, copy room, stationery room. And within those spaces, you're going to have different elements that they're made up of, such as a kitchen island. You're going to have different seats, desk seats perhaps, different desk lamps. And then you're obviously going to have windows, maybe some type of ceiling, walls, lighting, table, and different types of elements. So essentially, this is how Revit and BIM authoring tools categorizes information, is that it's contained within a building, within different spaces, and that's broken down into a hierarchy as suits your project. And all of this can even go down to the finer detail of different finishes that you want on your floor, the color of paint on the wall, and this can all be replicated and outputted to schedules and to spreadsheets and even to specification documents as well. So that's the benefits of working in a BIM process straight off. So the Autodesk vision is to help people imagine, design, and create a better world. And at Autodesk, they make tools to help people with design challenges every day to make anything. For the AEC industry, they're working to strengthen the intersections of processes, collaborators, and technologies. Let's take another look at those challenges that affect design decisions today. So in summary, double the number of city dwellers in the next 30 years. There will be 200,000 people migrating to cities every day until 10. And we'll need to build an average of 13,000 buildings a day between now and then. What actually impacts your ability to satisfy that demand, for example, it will be very difficult, if not impossible, for the industry to satisfy this need for growth without making investments to improve productivity. The challenge that we're facing today is that industry is not set up for success in terms of production, collaboration, and efficiency. We are typically operating in a fragmented way with low margins and high risk, as well as a lean investment in emerging technologies. The design and construction industries as a whole could upwards of $1.2 trillion in savings per year by moving to fully digital processes, according to the McKinsey report. Let's take a look at how BIM adoption will enable you to solve those challenges within your business. So Autodesk expect to do more with less resources and better. So why are they focused on this? Because more is inevitable. The global middle class is growing faster than any time in history, and 400,000 people join the middle class every day. With this increasingly urban population comes a demand for more of almost anything: housing, cars, smartphones, highways, hospitals, new and repaired infrastructure of every type. Less is a reality. The more we make, the fewer resources we have left. And we have an incredible opportunity to do better with automation. For decades, automation has helped us offload tasks and optimize process. This new relationship that combines human innovation and computer automation is helping people imagine and realize new kinds of design ideas. The benefits of BIM have been well documented, and as an adoption has grown, thanks in part to government and private sector owner mandates, firms report even more significant gains. So 98% of people have said that a better understanding of design proposals has been enabled because of BIM. Fewer errors related to design and construction, according to 95%. More well-reasoned design via simulation and analysis with 85% of respondents. And beneficial impact on project schedule improved by 85% according to responders. And the greater predictability of construction costs, according to 72% of people, has been improved. So your BIM solution is Autodesk Revit, and this supports integrated multidiscipline design. It makes design challenges easily, and you'll be able to design with intelligent parametric objects, generate your floor plans, your elevations, your sections, and schedules all automatically, and extend models for analysis, visualization, coordination, and collaboration. And your AutoCAD workflows can work alongside Revit and linking in your AutoCAD drawings, even if somebody else in your firm is working in AutoCAD and somebody is working in Revit. That's an extremely fluid workflow enabled with the AEC Collection. So Autodesk's portfolio of BIM technology supports end-to-end workflows across the building disciplines from the project's conception to completion. An Autodesk solution sets work apart to provide validation for your most critical design decisions. With Autodesk tools, you can begin BIM workflows even at the conceptual stage of design. Analysis tools are built right into the BIM authoring application, making it easier to make high-performance building design an integral part of your design process. Autodesk integrated visualization also allows you to further enhance your designs and present that to a client. Let's take a look at a series of tools and workflows optimized for the conceptual design phase. These tools will capture conceptual data and transfer this data throughout the design process. What if you could use the power of computing to rapidly generate multiple design options and find optimal solutions to design challenges? Many architecture firms are embracing computational design tools for this purpose. With computational design, you can more rapidly test, iterate, and study numerous design options, model more sophisticated design geometry using simple data, logic, and analysis, and save time by automating repetitive tasks. Autodesk Dynamo Studio helps bring architecture firms to gain the benefits of computational design all through a visual logic environment, no programming required. You can work with Dynamo within the Revit environment or untethered from Revit using Dynamo Studio. Dynamo's broad interoperability with other tools allows for maximum flexibility in implementing Dynamo into your BIM workflow. In this example, we are looking at an early stage design study where the testing of a variety of variables for a rectilinear massing model to optimize the tower return on investment by way of Dynamo. You can see that it is possible to flex parameters with sliders in the Dynamo environment, and in turn this flexes the geometry for the tower height. Also, the tower floors, podium, and even setback are driven by the geometry. Levels are defined within the Dynamo environment, and as the mass is brought into Revit, it is possible to generate roofs, walls, and floors from the conceptual study in Dynamo. Beyond geometric iteration, Dynamo is also incredibly powerful for automating repetitive tasks that consume countless hours during the design process. In this example, we can see there are 39 views in the project browser for levels 1 through 40, and the task at hand is to create sheets for these views and place these views on the sheet. A task that may typically take a team member 30 minutes to an hour may now be completed in 5 minutes with the click of a button and reusable Dynamo script. As you can see, we have launched Dynamo from the Revit add-ins toolbar, and we have a script ready to go for the task at hand. In this case, we are driving the sheet names and numbers with data from Excel and using some clever filtering in the list to specify the views to place on the sheets. As we run the Dynamo script using the manual run process, the Excel sheet opens up while referenced, and Revit and Dynamo work together in the background to complete the task. With enough time to get you a coffee and come back to your desk, the run is completed a few minutes later, and we can see in Revit that the sheets have been automatically added to the project and the views are placed on the sheets. Here's a look at how Dynamo can be used easily to create and iterate on complex geometry. In this stadium project, we are seeing the flexing of an arc radius parameter with a number slider to drive the big picture design in an iterative geometry study. Using number sliders, it is also possible to change the number of risers in the stadium and allow this parameter to dive into the overall height of the stadium form. Trusses are added to the design through Dynamo in an iterative process, and you can even review the details of the truss data in the generic model schedule in Revit. Multiple options are studied, and a panel system is even added to the underlying structural study. Design validation is integrated into the Dynamo graph, and it is possible to run a solar orientation analysis that appears in a color gradient on the surface of the panel system. Further big picture geometry iterations may occur while the graph is under development. And here we see the final study as brought into the Revit environment and ready for design development and documentation. With Dynamo, changes and updates to projects become exponentially easier and more time efficient. You can rapidly take an idea and create multiple iterations or design alternatives rather than expanding unnecessary time and effort manually making and saving the changes. With Autodesk tools, the BIM process starts at the very earliest stages of design and carries seamlessly through to further stages of development, avoiding the need for remodeling. You can sketch in 3D, collaborate on concepts as a team, analyze the potential building performance, and iterate on designs fluidly, and you can capture your design ideas wherever and whenever they strike on our mobile application or iPad or Android device. BIM-based conceptual design starts in Autodesk Format Pro. You can use Format to develop early concepts, massing, conduct energy studies, and conduct conceptual design reviews with the team or with clients. Once you're ready to take your design further, you can seamlessly transition your Format data into Revit using the cloud. In this example, we're looking at working with Format in a desktop environment and importing a 2D sketch from AutoCAD into Format in order to create a 3D massing model using the Format geometry toolset. You can see how simple it is to sketch the podium and terraforms and extrude them into a massing model. Once the forms are extruded, it is possible to specify the project location. The project location, a map appears and you can adjust the location to the correct place. You can see how simple it is to import Format geometry into Revit and continue to develop your model from schematic design through design development. Beyond the desktop, Format is ready for design on the go with the advanced tablet workflows. Here's a look at the iPad and Apple Pencil workflow. You can set the location, allows you to gain a better understanding of the microclimate. This also sets the stage for shadow, solar, and energy analysis. And then Format can import a variety of file formats useful for bringing in site models and other resources. Applying pressure on the pencil locks you into the current axis so you can use surrounding geometry as a reference. You can use Format to quickly generate and evaluate design options. Custom bitmap materials will allow you to visualize how the building will appear, and powerful analysis tools allow you to review how the building will interact with the site. You can see how the shadow will affect surrounding buildings and open space. The solar analysis tools will provide insight into the best strategies around shading for glazing and the facade, and even for potential solar panels. Format works with Insight 360 to give you a deeper understanding of many energy workflows early in the design process, while many significant changes can still be made. Finally, all designs made in Format 360 can be seamlessly imported into Autodesk 360, the industry standard application for building information modeling. With Format, data is seamlessly carried over from concept design to design development and integrates with Revit. You can work in a standard desktop setup for concept development, driven by the architectural sketches, or you can work on the go and directly in the context of the site, both physically and virtually, giving you the better insight into development requirements. How much of your work is at renovation projects? It's easier than ever to implement BIM on your renovation projects thanks to the increasing accessibility of laser scanning and data preparation tools. Using BIM on renovation projects allows you to design with greater precision, helping to avoid issues that may arise when 2D design files don't reflect as-built conditions. It also speeds the design and documentation process and allows you to provide a more accurate model of as-built conditions to the project owner for use in operations and maintenance. Autodesk has created a powerful and easy-to-use workflow for reality capture in order to bring you a scan to BIM workflow. Autodesk has partnerships with every major hardware vendor, including both UAV drone manufacturers and laser scanner manufacturers. Recap Pro has been designed for use by someone with no previous experience, so it is very user-friendly. And one-click automated workflows do powerful tasks like scan registration, which stitches multiple scans together into one point cloud. Intelligent cleanup services automatically remove unwanted noise, like a person walking through a room being scanned. And perhaps most importantly, Recap integrates with all of Autodesk's key AEC design creation tools, including Revit. With Autodesk Recap, you can create scan to BIM workflows to create elevations, floor plans, and 3D models from scanned data directly in Revit. And once the scanning process has been completed, you can define regions in Recap that can be used to define level heights and elevations in Revit. The same scan data can be used as a reference point to create floor plans. Simply use Revit's intelligent modeling tools to define furniture, walls, doors, and windows, complete with accurate dimensions. You can even add more detail to your designs, such as customized stairs based on scan data that was captured. And after all of the existing buildings are modeled, you can now make new additions to your Revit model for retrofit and renovation projects. Simply use Recap Pro to process your point cloud data. Here's a look at Recap and the ease with which you can work with scanned data. After importing your file, it is possible to review the imported data in 3D and push and pull the extents of the scan to ensure that you're working with the most critical and relevant data possible as you prefer in the Revit environment. It is also possible to spot dimensions, points of interest to get a sense of the scale of the overall building envelope, for example. Once you save your work in Recap, you're able to link that data into Revit with an insert link process and use this data as the base of your design development. This example shows the completed detailed design model that is based off the point cloud data, and you can see the model has been developed for structural accuracy and materials have been considered. With this level of detail and accuracy, you will be able to explore and understand the building information modeling in detail and feel comfortable with an accurate as-built model handoff. Now let's take a look at a tool and workflows optimized for the schematic design phase. This tool will capture schematic data and work to validate your design solutions. Recognizing the long-term environmental impact of buildings, sustainable design is an imperative for many architecture firms. Autodesk BIM tools make it easier than ever to incorporate sustainable design decision-making even at the earliest stages of design. The powerful analysis tools use leading simulation engines for whole building analysis, including energy, cooling, heating, daylighting, and solar radiation. The tools also provide a mechanism for architects to work with owners to better monitor building performance. HOK, for example, is pursuing a net zero carbon design portfolio by 2030. Autodesk Insight empowers HOK's architects to model the energy performance and impact of design decisions. Revit includes direct access to building performance analysis using Autodesk Insight. With the push of a button, you can send your Revit model to the cloud for analysis. Results are quickly returned in a visual, easy-to-read format, making it easy to identify opportunities to improve your design. Autodesk Insight helps you discover a fast, intuitive, outcome-driven guide to better building energy and environmental performance throughout the building lifecycle. Insight enhances Revit and enables you to visualize and interact with key performance indicators, benchmarks, factors, ranges, and specifications, with real-time cause and effect feedback to guide you towards better outcomes. Once analysis is finished, you access this in Autodesk Insight, where you can change design options for better performance. We are able to review benchmark data, orientation data, and window glazing performance via window wall ratios. For each data point, it is possible to interact with the data and adjust ranges for lighting efficiencies or for daylighting and occupancy controls. For example, You can see the analysis update as you toggle between the various data points. Now let's take a look at a tool and workflows optimized for the design development phase. This tool will capture design development and prepare you for high-level client presentations with compelling visualizations. BIM allows you to better coordinate your designs using tools like Autodesk 3D Studio Max to visualize your designs. Revit includes direct access to 3D Studio Max with integrated workflows, and in the AEC Collection, both software are included. Revit also integrates with Unity, a leading game engine which connects to 25 plus platforms, including Autodesk Maya and 3D Studio Max. Turn your Revit models into immersive XR experiences in one click, and you can live link models from Revit directly to Unity Reflect. Finally, let's take a look at a series of tools and workflows optimized for the construction documentation phase. These tools will detect issues with designs, optimize design for construction, and create seamless opportunities for cloud collaboration and coordination. BIM allows you to better coordinate your design with the extended project team using tools like Autodesk Navisworks Manage. Navisworks allows you to combine design and construction files from various formats into a holistic model for a project review, helping you to resolve clashes and errors before construction begins. Navisworks reads native Revit files, allowing you to move data between applications fluidly, and you can use Navisworks to combine those Revit files across the project and incorporate and federate your files from many other common file formats. Once your files are in Navisworks, you can have several features for working with the data. The most commonly known feature of Navisworks is clash detection and model coordination. With this feature, you can anticipate and reduce potential clash and interference problems before construction, minimizing expensive delays and rework. Navisworks also integrates with BIM 360 Glue, and this simple integration with BIM 360 provides access to models in the cloud. One powerful benefit of Navisworks is the aggregation of data into a single model. With this, you can combine design and construction data into a single model using model publishing, data, and model aggregation tools. You can also use Navisworks for model simulation and animation, where you'll be able to animate and interact with objects for better model simulation. Let's take a deeper look at Navisworks' quantification toolset. Today's estimating processes rely heavily on 2D documentation and manual counting of project elements and components, which can be error-prone and very time-consuming. Leveraging a model-based workflow for quantification can reduce the time it takes to generate project quantities and enables workflows for adding valuable construction information to project elements during the process. Here we can see how Autodesk Solution provides several ways to gain access to the quantity information early in the planning process. By leveraging tools directly from Revit and Navisworks, we can quickly get a high level of understanding of the project quantities. Schedules or tables of data built from the 3D model created by the designer can be used by adding counts and totals, or a custom table can be generated on the fly to give you feedback and quantities from the model information immediately. Here we're seeing an item and resource catalog information to classify model elements further than the model ordering tools can. When the catalog available, it is possible to quantify the model using intuitive tools in Navisworks. Simply select an appropriate item with the catalog for quantification, then either drag and drop the elements from the model to the appropriate items. The workbook also leverages the item breakdown structures and the resource breakdown structures, and in that we can see a roll-up of the total quantities of an item collection with its resources. Cloud-based collaboration tools are enabling design teams to work in new ways on BIM projects. In addition to the AEC Collection, you can also integrate with BIM 360. By centralizing project data in the cloud, architecture firms can accelerate design delivery by enabling teams in multiple offices, even on different continents, to concurrently work on shared models. BIM 360 is available as a separate purchase to the AEC Collection, but it does integrate extremely fluidly. In addition, this technology makes it easier for architecture firms to work fluidly on joint vouchers and integrated project delivery. One part of BIM 360 is that it's highly relevant to the AEC community is BIM 360 Design. BIM 360 Design will allow you to utilize the design collaboration module to enable cloud collaboration and utilize desktop connector and document management, seamless data transfer, and file organization. You can realize the unique benefits of Autodesk's AEC Collection through all stages of the building design process with integrated multidiscipline workflows that set the AEC Collection apart from the very beginning. We've seen a number of Autodesk BIM tools and workflows today, which are all part of the broader portfolio for architecture. As you've seen and heard, Autodesk has great breadth and depth of BIM solutions, and these tools are designed to work together fluidly to give you a seamless connected workflow. Another benefit of the portfolio is the way it can offer access to the tools. The products you see in the top of this slide are all part of a single solution offering called the AEC Collection, and the AEC Collection is the best way to access Autodesk's BIM portfolio. Just to recap on the products within the AEC Collection, you can see there are multiple of them, and you will find the tools suitable for your project and for your business. Along with the specific tools of the AEC Collection, there are several other reasons to consider subscribing. You can get greater value, greater flexibility in how you access your products, including simplicity in how you access and assign user licenses. Thank you very much for your time.